great mind, we were given x plus y equals 20 and x times y equals 44. And we expected to find the value of x and y that will satisfy these given equations. So the first thing we are going to do is to name the equation 1, the first equation, equation 1, and name the second equation, equation 2. Okay? So from equation 1, we are going to make y the subject of formula. So we'll have y to be equal to 20 minus x. Okay? Now that we have gotten y to be 20 minus x, I want us to name this equation 3, okay? Because it will be very important as we go, okay? So let's take note of this equation 3 as 20 minus x. So we are going to substitute this 20 minus x for y in equation 2. So from equation 2, we are going to have x, open parenthesis, y is 20 minus x. So write 20 minus x, and this equals 44, okay? So we are going to use this x to open this parenthesis. X times 20 will give us 20x. X times minus x will give us minus x squared, and this equals 44, okay? So we are going to equate everything to 0, and I want us to rewrite this as minus x squared plus 20x minus 44 equals 0, okay? Now this is what we have from here. Now from here you can see that we have negative x squared here, okay? We have negative x squared here, and this negative is not supposed to be here, so we can remove that by multiplying through by minus 1, okay? We are going to multiply through by minus 1. So minus x squared multiplied by minus 1 will give us positive x squared, plus 20x multiplied by minus 1 will give us negative 20x, minus 44 multiplied by minus 1 will give us positive 44, and this will be equal to 0, okay? So from here you can see that we'll have a quadratic equation, and we'll be solving this quadratic equation using quadratic formula. But before then, let's write down the terms that we need, okay? So we are going to need the value of a, which is the coefficient of this x squared, and that is 1. The value of b, which is the coefficient of this x here, which is minus 20. And the value of c, which is the constant, and that is 44. Okay? So from here, for us to find x, we are going to have the formula to be equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, and everything will be divided by 2a. Okay, so from here now let's substitute. We are going to have x to be equal to minus b. Remember that b here is minus 20, so we are going to have minus 20 plus or minus square root of b is minus 20, so we are going to have minus 20, this is 20 squared, then minus 4 times the value of a is 1, okay, and c here, the value of c is 44, okay, and this is what we have. Then we are going to be dividing everything by 2 times 1, because 2a is 2 times 1. So from here we are going to have that x will be equal to minus multiplied by minus 20 will give us positive 20, okay, then plus or minus square root of minus 20 all squared is 400, okay, minus 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 444 will give us 176, okay, because 4 times 4 is 16, we'll write 6 and keep 1. 4 times 4 is 16 plus this one is 17, so that is how we arrived at 176. Now divide by 2 times 1 is 2, okay, so let's continue. So we are going to have that x will be equal to 20 plus or minus square root of, now let's subtract 176 from 400, okay. So this 4 here, if we take 1 and add here, it will be 10, and if we take 1 here and put here, this will be 10, and this will be 9, and this is left with 3, okay. So 10 minus 6 will give us 4, and 9 minus 7 will give us 2, 3 minus 1 will give us 2, so we have 224 divided by 2, okay. So from here, we are going to have that x will be equal to 20 plus or minus. Now we are going to find the factors of what? 224, so that we can solve this easily. So let's write 224 here. Okay, so we are going to divide it by the least common factor, and that is 2. Okay, because looking at the end of this digit, we have 4 here, which is even number. So that is why we are dividing by 2. 2 divide 4. 2 divide 224 will give us 112. Okay, 112. Then we'll divide again by 2 because we'll still have an even number here. Now 2 divide 11 will give us 5 remainder 1. We'll put that 1 here and they become 12. 12 divided by 2 equals 6. So we'll divide again by 2. 2 divide 5 will give us 2 remainder 1. We'll add that 1 here and become 16. 2 divide 16 is 8. And 2 divide 28 will give us 14. Okay, 2 divide 14 will give us 7, and 7 divided by itself is 1. Okay, so these are the factors of what? 224. Now what we are going to do, we are going to take 1 2 3 4. So it's going to be 2 exponent 4 times 2 times 7 equals 14. So this is how we are going to write it down. Divide by 2. Everything will be divided by 2. So we'll have x to be equal to 20 plus or minus. We are going to separate this these two terms inside this square root. So it's going to be square root of 2 exponent 4 times square root of 14, and we'll divide everything by 2. Okay, so from here x will be equal to 20 plus or minus. Now this square root here will take out 2 from this 4, and we are left with 2 squared times square root of 14. Okay, then divide everything by 2. So from here we have x to be equal to 20 plus or minus 2 squared is 4. Okay, square root of 14. Now we can divide this by 2 and divide it by 2. It simply means that they have common denominator. So x here will be equal to 20 divided by 2 equals 10 plus or minus 4 divided by 2 is 2 square root of 14. So we have gotten the two values of. So x1 will be equal to 10 plus 2 square root of 14. Okay. Now, and x2, let's draw a line. So x2 will be equal to 10 minus 2 square root of 14. Okay. So from here, remember that we had equation 3, which is y. Okay, y equals 20 minus x. Okay, now this is y1, and y2 will be equal to 20 minus x as well. This is equation 3. I told us to take note of it. Okay, so from here we can find the value of y1 here and find the value of y2 here using the value of x that we have gotten. Okay. Okay, so from here, y will be equal to 20 minus x is 10 plus 2 square root of 14. Okay, now this is y. So we have y to be equal to 20 minus times positive 10 here will give us minus 10. Then this minus times plus here will give us minus 2 square root of 14. Okay, so from here we have y to be equal to 20 minus 10 will give us positive 10 minus 2 square root of 14. Okay, so we have gotten y1. Okay, we had x1 here and this is y1. So let's get the y2 from this place. Okay, so it means that y here will be equal to 20 minus the value of x here is open parenthesis 10 minus 2 square root of 14. Okay, so this is y here. Now from here, y will be equal to 20 minus times this 10 here will be minus 10. Then minus times minus here will give us plus 2 square root of 14. Okay, so from here, y will be equal to 20 minus 10 will give us 10 plus 2 square root of 14. Okay, so this is y2. Now let's write those values out. So x1 comma y1, let's write it down. Okay, will be equal to, now our x is 10 plus 2 square root of square root of 14. So we have 10 plus 2 square root of 14 as x1, okay, comma, y1 is 10 minus 2 square root of 14. Now this is x1, y1, okay. Now this is 10 here, okay. So let's get x2, comma, y2. Now this will be equal to y2. Let's get x2 first. x2 is 10 minus 2 square root of 14. So x2 is 10 minus 2 square root of 14. And y2 is 10. Look at it here. 10 plus 2, 10 plus 2 square root of 14. This is x2 and y2, okay? So we have gotten the all the values that we need, but we have to check to see if this will satisfy the given equations, okay? So equation 1, which is x plus y equals 20. Now we are going to use x1, y1 to verify for this, okay? Remember that we are trying to verify. So we are going to use x1, y1 to verify this. So x1, y1 is 10 plus 2 square root of 14, then plus 10, that is y1, minus 2 square root of 14. So from here, 10 plus 10 equals 20. And positive 2 square root of 14 minus 2 square root of 14, this and this is out. So it simply means that x plus y equals 20, which is equal to the 20 that we have here, okay? So it simply means that these two values satisfies this given equation. Now let's check using x2, y2 for equation 2. Now equation 2 is x times y equals 44, okay? So we are going to do that using equation 2. And equation 2 is 10 minus 2y, 2 square root of 14, and 10 plus 2 square root of 14. So let's write that. So we have 10 minus 2 square root of 14, okay? Now this will be in parentheses because this is multiplication. We'll open another parenthesis, 10 plus 2 square root of 14, okay? And this will be equal to 44, okay? So from here, this looks in the form of difference of 2 square. It looks in this form, a minus b, okay, a plus b, this equals a squared minus b squared, okay? So from here, if we apply this rule, we are going to have 10 squared minus 2 square root of 14 all squared, okay? Now from here, 10 squared is 100 minus 2 squared is 4, and square root of 14 squared will cancel, this will cancel out this, and we'll have multiplied by 14. So we'll have 100 here minus 4 times 14. 4 times 4 is 16. We'll write 6 and take 1. 4 times 1 is 4, plus this one is 5. So we'll have 56. 100 minus 56 will give us 44 as the right answer. So it simply means that both values satisfies this given equation. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comment section. Share this video and subscribe to the channel. Bye.